What if I told you the loneliest place on earth isn't a haunted castle? It's the empty side of your bed after divorce. That line hits because when a marriage implodes, feels like a civil war fought in sweatpants. One minute you're arguing about who forgot the laundry, and the next you're planning the logistics of dismantling a life like medieval nobles dividing the kingdom, except your castle is a 2-bedroom with a dying ficus. Why this matters because endings can either calcify you into a bitter statue or crack you open in a way that lets light in. History is basically a museum of people surviving spectacular messes. You're just adding your exhibit. Look, if you want more darkly educational pep talks about life, power, and the chaos we politely call growth, hit subscribe. It's cheaper than therapy and slightly less painful than your last couple's counseling session. I'll be here each week with stories, strategies, and the occasional emotional fire extinguisher. Let's get right into it. Number 10, triage, not triumph. Imagine your life just exploded, papers filed, ring off, group chat buzzing like a wildfire. The instinct is to sprint into reinvention mode. New haircut, new wardrobe, maybe adopt a wolf dog named Freedom. Resist? This is an ER tent moment, not a coronation. In battle, surgeons don't install bionic arms mid-skirmish. They stop the bleeding. Your triage is boring but life-saving. Stabilize sleep, food, and money. Eat something with actual vitamins. Put recurring bills on autopay. Tell 2 friends you trust, not 20 casual acquaintances. Prioritize a lawyer or mediator if you need one. And save the epic "I'm a new me" post for a time when you aren't shaking in the grocery aisle, comparing almond milks like they're moral choices. It's not about winning, it's about not spiraling. You're building a runway so your future self can lift off without stalling. It's not sexy, but neither was medieval dentistry, and people still survived. Do the unglamorous basics and call it heroic. Punchline. For now, your life isn't a comeback tour, it's a safety drill with snacks. Number 9, the paper shield. You're not just heartbroken, you're now the protagonist of a tax season thriller. Start a divorce binder, physical or digital, and pretend it's a sacred grimoire: bank statements, pay stubs, account logins, insurance, property docs, custody schedules, everything. Name files like a reasonable adult. Try 2025 Launcher 4 bank statement instead of UGY. PDF. If communication with your ex is volatile, channel your inner diplomat: concise emails, neutral language, 0 sarcasm emojis. Document agreements and keep receipts the way medieval kings kept treaties because memories are dramatic, but PDFs are immortal. Also, set boundaries like velvet ropes at a nightclub. Decide what is on limits for conversation kids, bills, logistics, and what belongs in therapy feelings. Blame, you never, monologues. Consider a co-parenting app or shared calendar if kids are involved. This isn't pettiness, it's governance, empire management, but make it Google Drive. Here's the move. Any decision that prevents next week you from being ambushed by past. Use chaos is good policy. Think systems, not vibes. Vibes got us into this mess. Systems walk us out. Punchline love may be a poem, but divorce is a spreadsheet, and the spreadsheet always wins. Number 8. Grief has bad timing. Royal funerals had trumpets, processions, prescribed wails. Your grief. It shows up at 2:17 M in an old t-shirt that smells like the before times. That's normal. The end of a marriage is not one breakup. It's 100 small funerals of routines, in-jokes, future trips, even your fantasy self who always meant to be happier together. Expect waves. The day you think you're cured, you'll hear a song or see your ex's shampoo in a hotel and wham ocean in the lungs. So treat grief like weather, prepare. Don't negotiate. Build rituals that hold you a morning walk, an evening journal dump, a call this friend list, name feelings out loud. Pro tip saying I'm hurt and angry beats spray painting I'm fine over your soul. If you can, try a therapist solo, not to fix the marriage, but to build you. If you can't, stack free resources, support groups, podcasts, library books, articles. A healthy rule: no major life decisions on a sob day. Grief brain is a raccoon that wants to eat glitter and call it dinner. Remember, strength isn't no tears. Strength is I cried and still paid the electric bill. You're not failing because you miss them. You're human because you miss them and keep going. Punchline grief clocks in like a terrible coworker unavoidable, but you don't have to let it run the company. Number 7. The social aftershock. Here's the underrated nightmare of divorce. Everyone else suddenly thinks they're on your life committee. Some friends pick sides, others ghost, and one will definitely say, "You're so strong," while backing away like you're contagious. Don't panic. It's not you, it's sociology. Humans fear what reminds them of instability, and nothing screams instability like a marriage detonation. Here's the hack: rebuild your social ecosystem slowly. Like you're repopulating a post-apocalyptic village, keep 3 species: the listener, no judgment, lots of snacks, the distractor movies, road trips, dumb memes, and the challenger calls you out when you're spiraling. If you only hang with one type, you'll either drown in validation or die of denial. And yes, some friendships won't survive your transformation. That's okay. Not everyone gets a lifetime pass to your recovery arc. The key phrase, "Thank you, but I'm handling it." It's a polite sword that slices gossip while preserving your sanity. Because here's the truth: every social circle becomes a courtroom during a breakup. You can't control the verdict, only your witness statement. So be mysterious, kind, and too busy glowing up for public opinion. Punchline: in the royal court of divorce, silence is your crown and boundaries are your jewels. Number 6, the money resurrection. Let's talk cash, the silent killer of self-worth. When couples split, so do incomes, comforts, and sometimes Netflix passwords. Suddenly, your joint account is now a war-torn wasteland, and your budget feels like medieval famine management. Welcome to Economic Independence Ugly Edition. Step 1, audit everything. Know what's coming in, what's bleeding out, and where the leaks are. Pretend you're an accountant for a chaotic kingdom. Step 2, forgive yourself for the lifestyle downgrade. You're not failing because you downgraded from house to apartment. You're evolving from shared illusion to personal reality. Step 3, build an emergency fund, even if it's microscopic. $100 in savings is still an act of rebellion against despair. And please, no revenge shopping. You don't need 12 new outfits to prove you're desirable. You need rent money and emotional peace. Instead, treat money like self-respect in numeric form. Every responsible dollar you save is a brick in your new fortress. Punchline love might have made you broke, but budgeting makes you bulletproof. Number 5, the body betrayal. Nobody warns you that your body joins the divorce. 2, sleep vanishes, appetite glitches, stress hormones turn your bloodstream into a rave. Some people lose weight like a heartbreak detox ad, others gain it like emotional bubble wrap. Either way, it's not vanity, it's biology having a meltdown. The fix: make your body boring again. No crash diets, no 12-mile runs of vengeance. Eat real food, hydrate, and move in ways that don't feel like punishment. Divorce burns adrenaline like firewood. You need rest, not punishment. Sleep hygiene becomes holy dark room, same bedtime. No doom scrolling ex's Instagram at midnight. And about that craving to transform physically for revenge, let it go. You're not a phoenix. You're a mammal recovering from trauma. Take walks, breathe deep, stretch. Your nervous system deserves peace more than your ex deserves regret. Punchline: your body isn't a weapon for revenge. It's the carriage that carries you to freedom. Number 4, the identity reboot. Who are you when the we disappears? Divorce leaves identity like a puzzle missing half the pieces. You've spent years being someone's spouse, someone's co-parent, someone's half of a Christmas card. Now, you're just you, and at first, that feels like standing naked in emotional daylight. But this is the Renaissance stage, the chaos before creation. Start with curiosity, not reinvention. Try things you abandoned because your ex wasn't into them dance classes, painting, bad karaoke. Relearn your solo taste. If your evenings feel empty, good. That's the sound of potential unclogging. Don't rush to fill the silence with dating apps or impulsive decisions. Let your weirdness breathe. And the best part, you get to re-edit your origin story. Not I got divorced, but I survived a transformation so big, it rearranged my atoms. Divorce doesn't erase who you were, it strips away what no longer fits. Punchline: when you lose your partner, you don't lose yourself. You just find the parts they never met. Number 3, the temptation trap. Ah, yes, the rebound nature's most entertaining self-sabotage. One moment you're crying into your pillow. The next, you're flirting with someone whose main qualification is not your ex. Feels intoxicating, like emotional caffeine. But here's the warning: your heart's still under renovation, and you're about to throw a house party in a building with no walls. There's nothing morally wrong with rebounds. They just come with side effects, namely disappointment and a strong urge to text your therapist mid-date. When you're newly single, even average attention feels like a standing ovation. But that doesn't mean it's real intimacy. What you're craving isn't a person, it's proof that you're still lovable. Take a breath before you dive back into the dating coliseum. You don't need to become celibate, just become self-aware. Flirt, experiment, rediscover your charisma, but know what game you're playing. Ask yourself, am I connecting or distracting? If it's distraction, fine, but label it honestly. Honesty turns chaos into comedy. Denial turns it into another tragedy. And remember, your ex doesn't need to see your rebound photo shoot. They'll assume you're thriving anyway. That's the nature of insecurity. It fills in the blanks beautifully. Punchline rebounds are like eating dessert before the meal fun, until your stomach remembers you're still hungry for something real. Number 2, the forgiveness mirage. Forgiveness sounds saintly. You picture yourself glowing with inner peace, sipping tea, saying, "I've moved on." Reality check. Forgiveness is not a lightning strike of moral superiority. It's a slow, sweaty crawl out of resentment's basement. At first, you'll fantasize about revenge. Maybe they'll regret it. Maybe karma will handle it. Maybe a bird will poop on their new car. Totally normal thoughts. The trick is not to live there. You don't forgive because they deserve it. You forgive because carrying bitterness is like drinking poison to prove a point. Forgiveness is selfish in the best way it frees your bandwidth for joy. But don't rush it. The I forgive you moment isn't a one-time event. It's maintenance. Some days you'll feel zen. Other days you'll hiss like a cornered cat. Progress is inconsistent. Just keep walking away from the wreckage. You don't need closure from them. You need commitment to your own peace. Punchline forgiveness isn't letting them off the hook. It's realizing you've been holding the hook the whole time. Number 1. The Phoenix Contract. Here's the twist. No one tells you you don't move on from divorce. You evolve through it. You become a hybrid creature, forged in the fire of endings. The version of you that existed before, that was the apprentice. Now you're the blacksmith. Rebuild deliberately. Write your Phoenix Contract, a literal document or journal entry, outlining who you are now, what you'll tolerate, what you'll never lose again. It's like a constitution for your new republic. Include boundaries, dreams, and the weird truths you rediscovered. I like pineapple on pizza. I hate romantic comedies. I'm done shrinking myself for peace. Sign it, date it, hang it where you'll see it when you forget. Because survival isn't passive, it's art. Divorce isn't your ruin, it's your raw material. You're not rebuilding your old life, you're building the sequel. One where you own the plot, direct the scenes, and fire any character who drains your light. Punchline: the ashes don't define you, the hands that rise from them do. If history teaches us anything, it's that destruction always disguises rebirth. Castles burn, kings fall, lovers betray, and yet people rebuild, stronger and stranger than before. Divorce is just another human ritual of transformation, the unglamorous alchemy of loss into selfhood. So if you're in the ruins right now, remember your story isn't over. You're just between chapters, pen in hand, still writing. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them,